for TTN-HD Production Live, here with Tom O'Connor. What inspired you to get into the film business?
Films. When I was a little kid in Massachusetts, one of my friend's parents owned a little one-screen, $1 movie theater that showed second-run movies. And since I had nothing else to do, I would go and see every screening of each movie every weekend. So back before you had DVDs and VHSs, most people only saw a movie once and then it was over. But when you see it 4 or 5 times and you already know the plot, you start watching how the movie's put together. And you start, as a little kid, I'm learning about long shots and close-ups and story structure. And that was the main inspiration. And that was where it started.
What's been the most rewarding part of being in this business?
The rewards are few and far between sometimes. You got to be honest. You get to do some very interesting things, but also it's about being able to do the creative process as a job, which is kind of the dream everybody has. And on the occasions you get to do that, it's pretty exciting.
What's the most challenging part of it?
Finding work. Especially these days, it's an endless hustle. My path, because I spent time in Boston making television before I moved here, my path has been different. I had production background, but I was trying to become a writer. So you basically, whatever you learned before you got to LA was meaningless to everyone in LA, except as a way to maybe pay the bills. So you have to balance. I have a production and editing, post-production background, and I can get work in that, but what I really want to do is write and that sort of thing. So you have to balance. I need this job to pay the bills, but I need to dedicate this amount of time to the creative process, and that's the struggle for me.
What advice would you give to someone who's following in your footsteps?
Well, I think if someone's starting out now, they don't have to think, I got to move to New York or LA. That is the biggest advantage to starting now. You can start wherever you're at. For the amount of money it used to cost me to rent an edit bay for a week, you can buy a camera, editing equipment, a computer, and you're off to the races, and you have it. If you've got a story to tell, you can do it yourself. And then you have the means of distribution, and then if Hollywood or anyone else is interested, then you can decide to make the move. In other words, you can wait for them to come to you.
What projects are you most excited about right now?
That I'm working on?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting paid right now, so all the projects I work on are my own, so I'm excited about them. I recently had a story published in the LA Times, which was about how I met my girlfriend, and so that was a little romantic thing, and that was nice. And it's funny, you do something like that, you get paid a few dollars, but that sort of generates interest in your other work, and it pulls people to your website, and you get a few meetings out of it, and then you see what happens next. I'm waiting to hear about a couple of jobs, and one of them's for a sitcom, but I've been waiting to hear on a lot of those kind of jobs. So so you can't count on it. So I'm writing more scripts, I'm submitting scripts to festivals, and just trying to get stuff read.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you online?
For me, go to Planet O'Connor, and O'Connor is spelled O-C-O-N-N-O-R, and that just links to all my other stuff.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Tom, and best of luck with all of your upcoming projects.
Thank you. Go Red Sox.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for TTN-HD Production Live. Cool.